We got another video today, y'all. We got a video about Laxus Dryer versus Gildarts Clive, right? This guy and this guy, inverse battle. So, scenario one, we're taking them pre-time skip before or like during 10 row island, right? And they're fighting on 10 row. And in the second scenario, they'll be fighting post-time skip in Mercurius, which is the capital of Fiore, right? This battle is a close battle, all right? This is not one of those ones where it's like one-sided and it's like, there's one clear winner. But there is somebody who edges somebody else out, of course. We don't do draws over here. Not when it comes to this, right? So, in the first scenario, they're fighting on Tenro Island. Pre-time skip. So Laxus doesn't have the red lightning and shit, right? He only has his dragon slaying magic and lightning magic. Then Gildarts has his crush magic that he uses, right? So strength, physical strength, that's going to Gildarts. Laxus is pretty, physically strong too, but goes to Gildarts. Speed goes to Laxus though. I mean, he moves speed of lightning, so that shit's quicker than Gildarts, and I'm pretty damn sure Gildarts ain't that fast. He's quick, but not like Laxus. We got durability going to Gildarts. In Laxus, this one's actually really close because Laxus is kind of a tank too, but Gildarts, he's a fucking tank too. If you don't believe me, you gotta watch Fairy Tale, man. Then we got Endurance. I'm giving that to Laxus because he's been in more fights and he's been in those battles where, man, he just has to like push through the pain. Like when he fought against Tempest Star. I know that was post-time skip, but he fought against Natsu and Gajio pre-time skip. Two full, like raised by dragon slayers. And he was, dusting them off, consistently. Like he fought against other people before that too. He was fighting against Hades, and he was actually putting in like work on him, like actually having him scream in like pain and shit. After getting hit by his attacks and shit, still putting in work. Intelligence, I give it slight edge to Laxus, but experience, I give to Gildarts because Gildarts has been a wizard a lot longer than Laxus has, and that's gonna play a factor in this fight. Since they're so close in these other attributes, right? So we got close skills going to Gildarts now. Gildarts got close skills. Range skills though go to Laxus for sure. Laxus got the range skills. He's shooting off lightning bolts from like a distance and shit, And he doesn't even have to like lift his fingers or anything. He can just make it, strike whoever he wants. We got Recoup going to Laxus. All right. Pre-time skip. And that's Recoup, right? Hacks go to Gildarts, though. Hacks abilities go to Gildarts. Slight edge. And then Tenro Island, I'm giving it to Gildarts. He kind of, like, it's funny how Gildarts is. He's not always in Fairy Tale, but he's a Fairy Tale member. When Fairy Tale's in trouble, he comes through to, like, be there. And Laxus is kind of the same way. But, on Tenro Island, I'm like, I think Gildarts has a slight edge there. We'll give this fight extreme diff. Gildarts wins. But the next round, in Mercurius post time skip, you know, after the Alvarez fight for 100-year quest, we have physical strength going to Gildarts still, and that's a slightly, like 0.1, you know, percent difference, right? Speed goes to Laxus still, and the durability goes to Gildarts. Endurance goes to Laxus, especially after Laxus has, had Bane particles, shoved inside of his body. I mean, he got that fixed, but still, like, he was able to fight through all that, and having experience doing shit like that helps in this battle, right? Because Gildarts doesn't hit like a bitch, he hits hard, right? Intelligence, Laxus, slight edge to Laxus. He's able to like read his opponent and learn really quickly. And I ain't saying Gildarts don't do that, but Laxus has that. And then all that experience and life experience, fighting, going on quests that Gildarts has over Laxus. That's why Laxus, ain't having the experience as Gildarts there, right? Close skills go to Gildarts, right? Range skills still go to Laxus. Riku goes to Gildarts. Riku goes to Gildarts. This time because guess what? Even though Gildarts he's aging and shit, he's still not that old, and Laxus had that problem with the fucking Bane particle being in his body. We got the hacks going to Gildarts. Laxus got red lightning, which is cool, and it helps him out, and it does. But this one little move right here that it did damage to the wizard, or the King of Magic, the Wizard King August, right? He hit him with purifying truth, absolute heaven. That move was like that shit would have hurt not to. That would have hurt anybody. August was like, oh, he's like, you can't copy magic in a prosthetic arm, and hit him with it. Boom, boom. That gold dust light hit him, and he was all fucked up. That's why Gildarts gets a side edge. He saves that attack for like finishing blow against Laxus, and he's going down. Environment goes to Laxus, though. I think Laxus would fight better in Mercurius since he's been in the Great Magic games. Gildarts don't. He like really hangs out in like the outside, like not in the city and shit. Like Gildarts or Laxus knows more about like that, and Gildarts knows more about like outside of that shit. So we have Gildarts winning again, but extreme diff. And Laxus does have the red lightning, but it's not enough to still. And it's like still a close fight both times, but Gildarts slightly wins. Slight edge to Gildarts. And that is Gildarts versus Laxus style, right? Laxus is my favorite character in Fairy Tail, right? But I can still see what's going on, and when I saw that shit happen to August, I was like, he was getting cooked, that old man was getting cooked a little bit by that attack. And then right after that, he went into his like most powerful attack to like try to like stop everything. He was like, okay, if this guy hits me again, I might die. So let me just like wrap this shit up, and Gildarts forced him to like use that fucking hand, and Laxus is as he's fought his opponents and shit too, but he's just slightly weaker, man, and he loses. But it's a great fight, that would be a fight that they need to put on like in the series, like maybe for like Laxus to become the guild master, he has to fight against Gildarts, or something like that in the future, maybe, but possibly maybe not. We'll see. But be cool on the cornering, and let me know what you think about that fight in the comment section.